What a tremendous big league career for Tim Rock Raines. Kind enough to spend some time with us here at MLB Network all day long. Thanks for taking the time, Tim.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So here we go. Can't get too far into an interview, right, with you without talking about the Hall of Fame ballot. We're going into your last go-around. How often does that creep into your mind?
It just started a couple years ago. You know, I knew before then I didn't have enough votes to advance, and you know, up until now I've got 69.8. I'm 23 votes behind. So those 23 guys, I need you to vote for me this year. But yeah, but it's a little tougher this year because there's a chance that I might get in.
Yeah, well, obviously, looking at these numbers, you'd make a case to get in for sure. I want to take you back to what Pete Rose said in 1984 in Sports Illustrated. Right now, he's the best player in the National League. Mike Schmidt is a tremendous player. So are Dale Murphy and Andre Dawson. But Rock can beat you in more ways than any other player in the league. Did you ever see yourself as the best player in the National League?
No, I never looked at it that way. You know, I just enjoyed playing the game. You know, I enjoyed the competition. I enjoyed, you know, having my team go out every day and try to win each and every ball game.
While you evolved as a player, noticing the change in the game, your facet of the game wasn't necessarily as big a deal or as important as we continue to go on. Running into outs, they hold guys up. So part of your game, what are you most proud of that you could pull in your career?
That I did it all myself. I didn't need a third base coach or a first base coach. I kind of knew what I can do. Instincts is important. Probably one of the most important things a base runner could ever have is those instincts. And I think a lot of people just don't trust their instincts. I think everybody's afraid to fail, and it's going to happen. But you got to take chances before you know what you can do. So you have to fail first, for me, before you can utilize the thing that you know that you can.
But as far as failing as a stolen base guy, you didn't fail that often, right? Percentage extremely well. We got a goofy left-hander here, so we're going to see if we can't steal it back off of him. We got a goofy first base coach, too, to see if he's got a clock in his pocket or a watch, because I know we don't need those, do we?
No, not necessarily, but you know, if I'm facing a lefty that I have never seen before, I don't have any paperwork on, what I'll try to do is get not a normal league, one step farther.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rock. I'm going to go like this. Oh,
exactly. Now, if you have that, I'll figure that out.
So would you be willing to take a hit on that, though, if you didn't know this guy before? And let's say my man didn't have paperwork on you either and said, hey, Rock, he can step off. Would you be willing to take that chance to get picked?
I'll be
to
willing,
learn something.
Exactly. I'll be. It's according to what time in the game too.
Right.
You know, if it's early in the game, I'm willing to take that. But late in the game, I might not. I might just not even attempt unless, you know, if he's been going in the game for a long extended period of time, I'm sure you'd have been in the stretch unless you're throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game for me to kind of figure something out.
All right. So with the left-hander on the bump, though, is there any sort of like elementary telltale tells that he's going to be throwing over or throwing home to you?
Usually, most lefties, if they look at you, they're going to the plate when they start their motion. Okay, they're going to the plate.
All right.
And if they're going to come over, they usually look at home plate first, pick up, and then come over. Come over to first base. That's normally what most lefties do.
Now, you gave me a tip earlier, though, when we were talking about this, and I haven't heard this one before. You're talking about the foot that's on the rubber.
Yeah, you actually can see the spike come up first. When he starts, the spike will come up first, and then he will come over to first base. If the spike stayed down, he went to home plate every time.
Now, did you ever take a chance on a big lefty, and let's say Al doesn't necessarily hold runners on that well, he holds the ball every now and then, disrupts timing. If you didn't think you had anything on him, would you just be willing to say, okay, I'm going to guess? Does Rock Raines guess?
Well, there are times if he has a good move and we need a stolen base, I might guess.
What was something a left-handed pitcher would do that would make it really difficult on you? We were talking before this with Jimmy Key and the guys that hung.
Yeah, the guys that hung were the toughest guys to get. You know, the guys that didn't go past the rubber. If they were those guys that would come over like this, or they just, every time it was the same, like, lift, those are the toughest guys. You know, they kind of held late early and then maybe turn to go to the plate or come over. So there are some guys like Pettit who I felt like had a balk move. And, yes, he had a balk move. They never called it, but he was really, really tough.
All right, let's put pressure on him. I want to see if you can take a bag off of Al. I got to get you into a lead right here. See if you can read old Alloy.
As long as my legs can stay together.
Now, hey,
You don't have to run hard.
Rock, as I'm looking in, did you also look in?
I try to see if the catcher is showing something. I'll try to peek something really quick.
Either because now it's coming from the bench. Right?
Yeah, usually what I would do it from here though. Right. I wouldn't get my lead and try to peek in my normal lead. I would try to peek in from like right here.
All right, so I
have some lefties that have a little quick step over. I want to be here.
So I got a pick. He did the pick sign. I come set.
Okay.
You're going to do your comfortable lead. I go up. I go down.
Yeah, I see you come up. Ow!
Hey, back. Thanks.
All right.
Okay.
So this is really good for me. Oh, go to that other shot,
Balk.
please.
He did balk.
I saw it.
Safe, I couldn't get him.
All right, so don't look at you, and I'll be able to. You think I'm going over there, but I'm not, because I'm going to go like this.
Yes.
Oh, he might have got you.
That's good.
He did. You got me. That's good stuff. That's why he's got 800 plus stolen bases.
It wasn't 500. It was only 467 that he hit off it.
Right, 7 for 15.
Yeah.
What was it?
7 for 15.
467. So, I mean, don't count that.
I didn't believe I got that many hits. So
I know.
It just goes to show I really don't look at it.
Well, all right. By the way, we wish you the best of luck.
Yes,
sir.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for
Appreciate
taking the
it a lot,
time.
guys.
Hope you get it, man.
Thanks
The
for
Hall of
having me,
Fame
man.
announcement,
Thanks
of
for
course,
having me.
is right here on MLB Network.